Hello and welcome to another episode. I am your host, Sean Calhoun.
Sean, I have a question.
What's up?
Should I go part time in real estate or should I go full time? What do you think?
If you want to know the answer, if you should go part time or full time, keep watching. Let's get it.
Hey guys.
Welcome to another episode. Today we're going to be talking about three considerations, let's say, that you should really think about when making a decision of should I go full time or part time into real estate as an agent. So let's get right into it. Now, one thing I want you to remember, watch all the way to the end because we don't want you to make a bad decision that could affect people around you that you love. This is a big decision. We hear this question a lot and we want to answer it with the best possible things that we can that we've come up with thus far. So, Christina, talk to me. Number one, what's the first consideration someone might want to look at if they're weighing their options? Should I go full time or part time?
Well, you really want to consider what your financial situation is. Because in real estate, there's some lag time from when you start and when you actually close. It could be 30 to 90 days before you have that first closing and actually get a paycheck.
Yeah, that's the average real estate cycle. What's some other things that we should probably consider within, again, this first thing? And what was the first thing again?
The first thing has to do with your financial situation.
Our situation financially.
Yeah.
What else do we want to consider?
Well, you want to consider if you have enough like in reserves to pay your bills while you're waiting for that first closing to happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, the reason why this is important is because we can't answer that question. Only you know that. So now that you know, for me to get my first commission check, because normally we're paid on commission for sales. If that's the agreement with your brokerage, it's going to take that lag time. So, do I have the financial ability to do that? So, what else do we need to consider as far as situation wise?
Well, once you consider those two things, do I have enough time to wait 30 to 90 days? And do I have enough money in reserves to cover my bills until then? Then, if you are in a position to do that, you should check the box for full time. But if not, you might want to start with a part time position.
All right, so that's number one, our financial situation. What's number two? What should we be considering?
Number two is your current skill level. So this is technical skills, and also your sales skills.
So let me jump into that one. This is super important to know where you are right now. So this is something you might want to think about. Have I had sales training at a previous occupation? Okay. And what we mean by that is, have they broke down maybe what is the buying cycle? Do you understand buying cycles? Every occupation has a buying cycle, no matter what company you work for. Do you know it? Do you understand it? Okay. And then not only is it just the sales side of it as far as speaking, knowing what to say, knowing what not to say, all of those sales skills levels, but the next thing we might want to consider is, do we truly understand the psychology of selling? The psychology of selling. For example, normally, and it depends on what market you're in. If you are helping someone to buy, let's just say, A copy machine. That's different from real estate, right? It's not really so emotional. Most people don't get super excited about copy machines, right? But if you're doing something like real estate, most of the times people get really excited about it and then they look at it logically. So for example, my family is growing. You know, we have a child on the way. I It's time for me to get my family a home, right? So just knowing the psychology of selling, do you know that? If you don't, you might want to check the box on part time. Maybe I have to work my way up to it, have a part time job, and have some income while I'm building up. If you have those skills already, then you may be able to check that box on full time. So that's something. Is there anything else we should maybe be considering with our skill levels there?
Yeah, you should
Technical?
you should think about whether or not you have any previous marketing skills. Do you have phone skills? Are you comfortable making cold calls or following up with people? Do you have in-person networking skills or social media skills? Those are all things to really keep in mind.
As well as building rapport.
Yeah.
So with the skills levels, you need to know where you're at and check the box of where you need to be.
The other skills involved are some software skills. There's a variety of platforms out there that real estate agents use. Are you able to efficiently search on the MLS and schedule showings? Are you able to run comps, like knowing how to price an offer? Do you know how to send an offer and get it signed electronically? That is huge right now.
So we're throwing out some terms that if they're unfamiliar to you, I mean, because this is realtor babble, comps, that's comparable homes, like how we actually compare a home, basically what an appraiser does, except for we're not appraisers, but we actually create the data for appraisers. We need to know how to properly price homes to sell and properly price offers to win bids. So, do you know how to do that already? You might have a big smile on your face checking that box, yes. Or you might have a little panic and fear, and that's okay because it is a skill and skills can be learned.
All right. And then the third thing you need to consider is what is your current ability? So, are you a really fast learner?
Are you a go getter?
Have you taken massive action before and had success?
That's right. Your past track record. Have you been able to do that in the past? Now, if you haven't, that doesn't necessarily count you out because you may be experiencing a life situation that has given you the motivation, the desire, or maybe deprivation. It could be any of the deeds that has given you the desire to take massive action, put your back against the wall, and perform. So you have to know yourself and your current ability.
Yes.
Now, there's something else that has to go with that current ability. We're back to the what?
The money.
Talk to me, Christina.
Well, there are a lot of hidden costs in real estate. So there's things like being part of a board, an association, being on the MLS. That's the multiple listing service where you can search for homes, business cards. You got to pay for marketing, and you got a monthly broker fee, right? Putting gas in your car. But all those things, you have to gauge yourself, tune into what your ability is. And we actually decided to make a budget-friendly path to offer to agents. So if you're interested in the budget-friendly plan, we have an 80/20 plan that's only $59 a month. And that's really great for somebody who is considering going part-time or full-time on a budget.
So, for example, are you telling me that for $59 a month, or if I had a commission sale and I just paid 600 and some change, I would basically be done paying for my monthly broker fees for the year.
For the year, you'd be done.
That's pretty sweet.
And for the 80-20 split, there's a $10,000 cap. So that's great also. You get to keep the rest for the rest of the year.
Yeah, so that's really good to know because you may be wondering, what is a cap? What are splits? If you're new in the business now, if you're thinking about going full or part-time, again, if you don't understand these terms, that might be a check in the box for part-time, but not necessarily. Remember that ability we're talking about right now, it's going to trump a lot of these other things. So when we're talking about, I'll just throw this back in there. We're talking about the cap. Cap means this is the maximum amount you have to pay. You're not going to pay more than this. So at a lot of places, they have caps of $20,000, $18,000, $16,000. They have those caps. At many places, the monthly fee, if you're on an 80-20 split, are much higher. They may be $80, $90 plus. And there are a lot of hidden fees as well, such as franchise fees, office fees, and other things like that that you may not notice. So all of that's gone. We try to treat people the way we want to be treated, and that's one of the reasons behind the decision to do that. So again, if you ever want to check that out, you can also check that out at prettyhomeacademy.com on the careers page, and it gives you a nice explanation of some full-time or part-time options that you can have. You can use that to compare no matter where you are, and hopefully you can use these three things to make a really good decision. Has this helped you? I certainly hope it has. Again, I'm Sean Calhoun.
And make sure you subscribe.
And this is make sure you subscribe. That's right. No, I'm just playing. Please make sure you subscribe as well, and hit that bell so you'll be alerted to when we have new videos that come out, because we want to give you what you're asking for, like this one. This was a big question. Again, go to prettyhomeacademy.com. You can check us out there, YouTube, Facebook. We'll see you on the next one. And remember, let's get it. See you on the next one.
Thanks for watching.